The other day I put out a question as to whether you guys really knew what was going on with these Spotify playlists and using these promotional services, and an overwhelming 70% of you said you had used them and had been ripped off. So that is a number that devastates me. So what we're going to try and do in this video is break down how you can spot these services and how you can actually use legitimate promotion to get where you want to go on Spotify. So throughout this video, I'm going to look at one particular company and their website I happen to know are not legitimate. And the reason I know this was because they ran an advert to me on Facebook that was using my artwork. So I know I was not involved with them and they weren't legitimately doing this. After contacting them saying, please remove my artwork, they have messaged me back and said, yeah, fine, my artwork's gone. I can't be bothered to pursue it any further. The irony is I've seen an advert from them again and they're now using the artwork of somebody else I know. So let's just not even dive into that. We're going to use them to break it down, and I'll show you on their website and some of their services how to spot that this is not a legitimate thing. Alright, so we jump onto their website here and it looks all pretty legitimate, right? It's a nice website, it's got nice imagery, it looks all pretty professional and spot on. So let's have a quick scroll down and see exactly what's going on. First things first, this little banner here, every time you go onto this website, it's the same. It's always got the countdown going on. So we could refresh the website and it's still going to be there. And it's using the limited time to get you to act now kind of thing. Okay, and just at the bottom here, we see that pop-up that just came up. That is a service that shows you other people are buying this thing. However, it's provided by something called King or Beat King or something like that. I can't remember. It's a Shopify plugin, and essentially, regardless of when the purchase happened, it's still going to pop up and tell you that people are buying like now or 5 minutes or whatever they have set it to do. Now, equally, if there have been no purchases, they can set it so that pop-up happens all the time that you are on the website and gets you thinking other people are buying. Let's have a look at what they're actually pitching here. We've got 10K or 30K auto Spotify audio ad. Okay, that's fine. Those exist as a thing. Your ad will be 30 seconds of your track, including cover art. Okay, that's fine, apart from people aren't really looking at Spotify, but cool. It says one of our music managers will create and target the right audience. Get your stats directly at Spotify for artists. Okay, well, you can do that anyway. If you get Spotify Play, you can get your stats at Spotify for artists. Support within 24 to 48 hours. I tested that out. I emailed them and I've had zero response. It took them a month to respond to me initially when they were using my artwork, so that's not correct. And your audio ads will be played for 10,000 new potential listeners. Now, this is potentially true. Spotify allow you to run promo ads of your music. However, you can only do it through some verified platforms. For example, CD Baby offer a partnership via Showco, which allow you to run small budget Spotify ads, and they start at $50. And your $50 is going to allow you to run a small, very, very small campaign. And they actually recommend you sort of start at the 500 mark. Even if they were a verified partner and they were charging you $20 on top of that fee, there's no reason for you to do that. You can actually apply directly and just spend the 50 and do exactly the same thing. You don't have to create an advert or anything like that. You're literally choosing the audience, people who similarly listen to your music, and running your track to them when they're listening on shuffle. That's it. But that has to go through a verified partner. These guys are not a verified partner. Let's scroll down a little bit further. We've got the how it works video. I'm not going to play that. I'm just not going to do it. Bunch of stock footage cut together with a voiceover, probably bought from Fiverr. Okay, so we've scrolled down a little bit. Packages. Okay, I'll start our Spotify audio ads that were 10K Spotify plays. It's now 189. What? So it was 230 down to 69 up here, but now it's 189. Okay, that's fine. Let's not even dive into that. Customer feedback and reviews. Tested this out. These reviews aren't legitimate. If you do leave a review, it goes to a separate website. You submit your review and it just disappears into the ether. Okay, so let's do something else. If we scroll down a little bit further on their page, we've got artists and bands. So like, we've worked with over 10,000 artists and bands and counting. And then they've got some pictures of artists they've worked with. However, they're not clickable, and it doesn't say who the artists are or anything great and fun like that. So I was curious and wanted to see who these artists are that they've worked with and that are letting them promote them and, show how cool their brand is. And it turns out all of these are fake. So what we can do is jump on Google reverse image search. I appreciate you might not have the time to do this. It's why I'm doing it, just to show you to be skeptical and check out these things. So if you go on Google, you can do the image search. What we can do here is search by image. We can upload an image, and we've taken some of those shots from their site just for this example purpose. So for example, we've got this hip hop image here, and you'll notice that when we reverse search it, it's found exactly the image, and it's a stock image. It's been used hundreds of times on different compilations, and like here, the one that I went to from Isotope, it's used in a blog post for Isotope around music production, around hip hop. It's a stock image. And they've used that and are claiming it's an artist. All right, so maybe they've done that just to fill it out. However, the unfortunate thing is we can go through all of their images they've uploaded, and they are all just stock images. So guy blowing smoke out of his nose. Let's search for this. Beautiful. So it's found the exact image. It's used on the Smoke Wikipedia page. It's used, it's available there on Unsplash as a stock image. And you can see a bunch of other places it's been used as a stock image. And let's do it with another one, just for case and point. This one here, the guy with his back to us, shirtless. And again, it's found exactly the image. It's found the full version of it here. Look, that's the full version of it, not been cropped. And again, there you go, used in a whole host of different scenarios. Download this free HD photo. Again, it's a stock image. It is not an artist. It's not artist artwork. They are just lying to you. I'm not going to go through all of them. I just wanted to make my point. All right, so I mentioned that you can already run Spotify ads and some other things like that. Now, Spotify are currently launching a new ad service where you can have basically someone talk and promote about your music. They're stopping the video ad side of things. They're kind of doing like a podcast system. It's not that, but you can do the music pitch service where you basically get your music in front of listeners that are relevant to you. So let's dive in and have a quick look at that, and I'll show you what the process would be to actually legitimately go and do that. So check this out. There's a couple of things we can do right off the bat. Just jumped into Google, so show I'm not going through any other like third-party service or anything like that. Just put in Spotify for advertisers, and Spotify have two programs that they're currently running. They have adstudio.spotify.com, which is Spotify's own sign-in, use it kind of like Facebook or Google AdWords, but for the Spotify platform. And they have Spotify for brands as well. So as you can see, advertise on Spotify, create audio ads for business. Beautiful. Let's have a quick look at this. So what's going on here is this is the option where you can effectively create your own adverts or do your own listening adverts on Spotify. And you can just go to adstudio.spotify.com and sign up for this service. It's currently in beta and you have to be approved to go ahead and do it. So on the how it works section, it shows you a little bit about what this is actually doing. It's very similar to that service that we've just seen. Apart from they actually give you a lot more of your data. They don't tell you that you need to go into Spotify for Artists and see your play data, because here, this is the actual service. And you're able to see exactly how the ads look and how they're going to work. And you can see all of the metrics and everything that goes into it, okay? You can always, as well, hire someone else out to do the voiceover and create the whole advert for you, if so desired or needed, which is just ace. If we go to the resource section, we have a promote your music section, which is exactly what the service being offered was, right? Again, this shows you all of the details of exactly how it works directly in Spotify. So you could sign up for the Spotify Ad Studio beta program and completely do it yourself legitimately directly in the platform with much more detail and potentially control your budget a lot better as well. Now, the other thing to talk about is the company CD Baby initially ran this a little while ago, the Spotify Ad Studio beta. And if you're a CD Baby member or you're distributing your music through them, you actually have an account to a partner company, which allows you to do this as well. So that's super useful. So these are worth looking at. And the company is called show.com. Show.co. And Show.co is an official partner for exactly this purpose, music marketing via Spotify. And again, it's owned by CD Baby, so we know, nice legitimate service, and it was the first partnership to be doing this Spotify ad studio. If we have a look at the ads section on Show.co, we can have a quick look at the ad builder and how that works. And again, we've got all those details like on the Spotify ad studio. However, if we scroll down this section here, nice and useful, you can place audio ads on Spotify with a minimum budget of $50. Boom. So we know straight away here we can do it for $50. It's completely legitimate, and it's going to give us a lot more access to the information and detail we need, which is just much, much better than what we currently were looking at. Owned by CD Baby, it's owned by CD Baby, it's a legitimate Spotify partner. Guys, I hope that's helped you and you know what essentially now not to do and not to use that service. But you can go straight to Spotify's ad studio, or if you're on CD Baby and you've got a Showco account, use that. Equally, just sign up to Showco and you can use that if you want to run ads on Spotify and do that kind of thing. Now, there's other professional playlist pitching services, and perhaps over time we can build and curate a list. If you guys have been scammed by someone and it's run bots to you and you've had issues with it, I would love you to drop it in the comments below. YouTube will flag it, it won't show up, but I will see that web address and I'll keep popping those in the description over time as you guys let me know who, what, where and why things have gone wrong. I think it's going to be a really good way to help keep this up to date and keep it progressive. Perhaps I can even do a blog post at Warrior Sound. Can't really see it hurting, and I'll link that below as well. And yeah, that's it, guys. Those are some ways you can spot the key things. So let's run it down in a list really quickly. So inconsistent pricing, okay? That's a really big one. Telling you the number of plays or follows or whatever that you're going to get. They can't guarantee that. They don't know click-throughs. They don't know who's going to listen to your track. They don't know how well it's going to gel with the audience and that you've got everything right. If they guarantee 10,000 plays, it's bots. They're setting it up for 10,000 clicks. It's just not going to happen. Have a look through the websites if they're using any sort of hard promotion tactics as well, like that countdown timer, you know, get $500 off for the next 3 days or whatever. They can't run a business like that at the end of the day. They're trying to make sort of that 20 quid or $20 and maybe running the audio ad if they're not just hammering it with bots. They should be able to tell you the playlists they've got, or if they're a company with legitimate playlists, they should be able to show you their playlist and the kind of responses they're getting from artists. Notice on the website we look at, there's no actual legitimate artists, there's no actual legitimate case studies, there's no actual legitimate, these are the advertisers and adverts we've been running and the results we've had. There's a bunch of fake artist profiles and a couple of fake reviews, which is just not good. As well on Trustpilot, we've got what, 4 or 5 responses, all 5-star, and it's the only review those people have ever left on Trustpilot. I don't know why you would go and do something on a website and then think, I'm going to go to Trustpilot and write my first ever review on that service. It's just not the way things work. Those are some key triggers for you. The one that triggered it for me, hopefully it never happens to you where they're stealing your own artwork and using that to promote, but hey, there we go. Guys, hope the video was helpful for you. I hope we can keep developing this and make sure we all have a safer way of marketing our music. And I will see you on the next one. Let's go.